Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Cardboard Syndicate Spotlight Show, episode number 3. Tonight, we got a special guest coming on board. We got the one and only Card Shark Chris coming on board. Talk to us a little about his YouTube channel. Talk to him about the Detroit Lions. He's probably the biggest Detroit Lions fan I know. But then again, he's the only Detroit Lions fan I know. So, he's got to be the biggest, right? But he's going to come on tonight. Hopefully, he doesn't take a bite out of me or anything. I got my shark repellent. So I'm okay on that end. So hopefully we won't have any problems with that. And hopefully we get a little bit better. You know, our last two people we've interviewed, they took a hiatus from YouTube as soon as the show was aired. So we are not on a good streak. So hopefully Card Shark Chris will continue steadily on YouTube after he's done with his show. But before we do that, let's talk a little bit about our And now let me move all this stuff out of my way. It's hard to be your own producer on a show. Let me tell you, I need my own producer. That's what I need. So without further ado, we're going to bring on our guest, Chris, Card Shark Chris. Can you hear me, sir?
Can you hear me now? I can hear you.
I can hear you. Is this your first time anybody has ever seen you on YouTube? Facially, right?
I believe so.
Wow.
I believe so. I'm coming out.
Well, our viewers just doubled right there from 1 to 2.
I believe it. You know, I have that effect. I have that effect for sure.
Definitely, man. I appreciate you coming on board, and we're going to talk a little bit about your channel. We're going to talk about your, growing up, all that great stuff. So I appreciate you coming on board to the 3rd episode of the Cardboard Syndicate Spotlight Show.
Thank you very much. 3rd time's a charm. I'm glad to be here.
Great. So you are stationed out of Georgia right now, right? You're down in Georgia.
Yeah, I am in the Metro Atlanta area. I'm about 30 miles north of Atlanta. We've been in the South for almost 7 years now. Moved down here. My wife took a job down in Columbus, Georgia, which is like real southern city. We're kind of in a metro area that's just real stepping back into 68. But we're in Georgia now. We love it here. We have a home. Still root for our Michigan and Detroit teams. But yeah, it's great. You know, we've got our little shark Liam, who was born. He is our Georgia boy. He's our Southern boy. So I've got 3 Michigan sons and a Georgia boy.
Now you're talking about your Michigan teams. Talk to us a little bit about growing up, because you grew up, I believe, in Michigan, right?
I did grow up in Michigan. I grew up and went to school in Ann Arbor, which is the home of the University of Michigan, who we do not root for in this house. We are Spartans in this house. Yeah, I did root for Michigan a little bit, until I reached the age of reason. My mom remarried, and my stepfather was really a fan of both schools. And he taught me about Biggie Munn, who won national titles there, and also about Duffy Daugherty and his integration to college football and how important that was in the 60s. And I thought that was really cool. And it was really overlooked by the arrogance of those in Ann Arbor. And outside of that, just grew up being a baseball fan. and a football fan, Tigers, all the good stuff there.
Now, when did you get into card collecting? Were you collecting cards as a little kid, as a little Tiger fan?
Yeah, exactly. You know what? That is what brought me to cards, to tell you the truth. We used to watch, I lived out in the country. We didn't have cable, and so I would watch the Tigers on WDIV Channel 4 in Detroit. George Kell and Al Kaline would call the games. Rest in peace, guys. And just fell in love with it. And I started playing T-ball. And I wanted to be a catcher in T-ball, which is really, you don't need a catcher in T-ball. But I thought the equipment was always so cool. So I wanted to wear the equipment. And then somebody at school one day had a Tony Pena 87 Pittsburgh Pirates catcher card. And I fell in love with it. I'm like, this is so cool. He's on his knees blocking this ball, and from there I got to get my cards. And my first opening of any kind of pack was 88 Topps.
Do you remember what you pulled out of that pack? Probably not.
I don't. Matt Noakes would have had to have been in the first couple of them because he had that gold cup and his catcher mitt is so clearly visible in that card. But I remember in those days, it was like I was just opening packs to look for Detroit Tigers. So that was the big thing. We weren't looking necessarily for players like the Greg Jeffries or whoever else was hot kind of back then. Yeah, we were always looking for Detroit Tigers.
Right. Again, if you guys have a comment down below or a comment, you can put a comment in the section. If you have a question for Card Shark Chris, I'll ask him for you. I know we got Rob from RTS on the stream already, so I want to thank him and for whoever the other person is on the stream watching us tonight.
Rob.
Rob. Hopefully, Rob, just a little sneak peek, but Rob has agreed to be on our June episode, so hopefully we'll get a yes. Let's talk a little bit about your card collecting as a young kid. What was that Holy Grail card? I know for me, it was always that like 86 Donruss Raider rookie Jose Canseco. I still never got one, but what was that card that you were always on the hunt for?
Man, to me, it would be the, I think, what is it, the 84 McGuire, the USA card, or that 85, I think.
85,
my bad. I don't even, I'm trying to say it's my Holy Grail card. I don't know what year it is. But that was like anything from that Team USA set back then, to me was really, really cool. And Big Mac headlined that to me. And that was really back in the day what I would have loved to have had. The Future Stars 89 Greg Jeffries was a big card to have. The same thing with the Donruss, but you're right, that 86, I think, would you say 86 Donruss on the
the Raider rookie Jose Canseco.
The Raider rookie. That's where he's kind of got the little bit of a stash going, the startup stash. Yep, that's a classic.
Just his head too.
Yeah. Yep. right. Yeah, that's a classic, man. I mean, to me, that's some part of the best part about going to, card shops and shows when we could, is just to go back down memory lane. And when you're going and looking through those 10-cent, 20-cent, piles, go and looking through there and see what you can find. Centering is going to be bad, whatever, it don't matter, but it just brings back those great memories.
Definitely. So you weren't really looking for the Tiger cards that much? You got them all, I guess?
No, I mean, we always wanted Tigers, but back then, I had my parents divorced, and so my childhood was a little rocky going back and forth, and we always had enough, but we didn't ever get anything. I compared to my best friend at the time, he was 2 children, and he had cards, Winfield rookies. I mean, this is when we were 9, 10, 11 years old, had just had this, great collection. So internally, I think I was always trying to measure up to that. And I know that there would be no way possible, because I couldn't get a pack of cards every time my parents went to the store, or, my parents didn't go to the card shows all the time. But, that drove my collecting a little bit back then. But also it was, taking the cards to school too, and showing them off to your friends. I remember taking our binders to school, back in the day, and you'd trade at school. You look at other people's binders, see how they had their binders set up and stuff, and that was always fun. I thought about the hobby, growing up too.
Definitely. Now we do have a question here from Rob. He's got a question. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it said, "How did Chris become a fan of arena football?"
Oh man. When we moved to the South, down to Columbus, they have a team, the Columbus Lions. and they are one of the longest running professional indoor / arena football teams. Are also in one of the smallest markets. And 2015, I just decided to buy season tickets. I think I bought 3 or 4 seats. I think the total cost for the entire year for those 4 seats was like $75. And I went, and it was amazing. And we're up close. It's fast paced, high scoring. These guys are athletes. They hit. You get kids, from SEC country, from all around. And then at the end of the games, you get to go out onto the field, meet the players, talk to them, get autographs. And I went one time and got hooked. It's a lot like with hockey. You can watch it on TV and it's okay, but when you go and you kind of see it all together, it's definitely a different show. And man, I love arena football. I think it's great.
Yep. And you actually did, you've done some videos with some of the arena games you've been to. I think I've seen on your YouTube channel.
I have, I've taken clips here and there. And this year, well, I was going to start last year, but unfortunately with COVID, but this year, I think we have, I want to say there's only 4 or 5 home games. It's a shortened season this year. So I want to do like a game diary, of game day, going, to the arena, sights and sounds, because I have seats on the second row right next to the dasher boards, right next to the Columbus Lions bench, so I want to get some nice video, maybe some players, interviews after the games. Just, expand the channel in that direction, just to open it up to some people who might not have had that experience with indoor or arena football yet.
All right. And speaking of your YouTube channel, you started YouTube, I guess, probably about a little over a year ago. Is that right?
Yeah, I think we just passed the 1-year anniversary not too long ago. So yeah, it's just, 1 year and some change here.
So what made you decide to get into YouTube and opening packs and doing videos? Yeah. What made you get into that?
Wow. I think, my story is an awful lot like some others that you'll hear. I just ran across Eric Jabs one day, and he was opening up, I believe, 2018 Allen and Ginter, and he pulled out a relic card, and it was just, I just happened to watch it. I'm like, wow, it's really cool. I didn't know that they did that with cards now. That's kind of crazy. Watched a couple more videos, and I'm like, man, I think I want to go to the store and buy some baseball cards and check this out. And so I did. And, once you get into that algorithm on YouTube where they notice you're watching something, they keep suggesting more. One night, I had Dave's channel, ABQSCNC, come up, and it was a Devontae Smith giveaway. And he's not Devontae Smith, I apologize. Devontae Davis, MSU basketball player, his rookie card, was giving it away, and I entered that. And I started that with Dave, rapport with Dave there with that. And when he started his channel, he always kept kind of pushing me, dude, you should do it too. And I kind of started that way. But I will tell you an interesting story. How I met Hotbox was through Jabs. I believe it was the first video that he did reviewing your product. Mm-hmm. And I got in on the Jabs offer for the extra hit. And that was, 2 years ago or so. And I saw you through his review, and I also saw the other boxes that he did, and I'm like, man, I want to do one of these, and I think this one really has what I want out of it, and the price range is just right. And I've been hooked on the Hotbox cards ever since. So shout out to Jabs for featuring you and leading me there.
Yeah, I was looking to increase my business when I first started, and I saw his channel, and I was like, I'll just email him and ask him if he wanted to do a subscription box to see if he wanted to open it, and he did, and things went through the roof from there. And I appreciate you doing videos. I don't send you anything free, and I don't pay you to do, YouTube videos for me, but I always like your enthusiasm. You could pull something like, it's easy to be excited when you pull like, a Jason Dominguez autograph card, or some high-end card. But I like what about your channel is you get excited about the guys that nobody else would get excited about. Right? Like I remember when you got the Tommy Vardell autograph card. And I like to put stuff in your boxes to get your reaction, to see what's your reaction to that card. But I love your enthusiasm on your videos, especially of guys that everybody else would throw away. But your enthusiasm is just unbelievable, and I love watching you do that. That's why I'm always bugging you when you're late on your videos. Okay?
Right?
You're too busy gaming and showing all the gaming and not opening up your hot box.
Yep, for sure. I got scolded.
Yes.
Yep. Papa Hotbox sent me the. Yep, I got scolded. He was like, "Hey, I'm just kidding. No, that's
Oh.
I appreciate that because that's what I think. Like those bonus cards are so much fun. I mean, I've loved college football for most of my life, so I don't know. I follow the NFL, lukewarm because I'm a Lions fan, right? But I know college football and I just like seeing the players. And when I see them, some dude I watched in '02, I think it's cool. Like, I got his card. I remember him making a play to beat MSU when we were up by like 27 on this team. So, yeah.
Now, what are your plans for your YouTube channel? Like when you started it, are you just, are you looking to monetize it eventually, or what's the ultimate goal for the Card Shark Chris channel?
Jeez, monetization, that I don't really, it would be cool, right? I mean, I think who doesn't want to make money off of doing something that they like? But to me, it's more about just sharing what I like out of the hobby and the things that I think are cool. And in return, through the algorithm and the friends and the other creators that you meet, you get to learn what they think is cool, and I think it really expands your horizon on collecting and your knowledge. So I mean, monetization would be cool, but it's not necessary as a part of the growing process here. To me, I just want to make videos that I like making. You know what I mean? I don't want to ever have to come and just make a video because I need to make a video today. That just, to me, that wouldn't be, I don't want to keep the brand going or keep the channel going just to keep it going for the sake of saying I have it. I want to be able to, when I get excited because I really get excited, and not putting on the fake show or doing the faces to get, the thumbnails and stuff. It's, I'm just the dude opening some stuff.
Yeah. Oh, we appreciate you doing your videos and everything. Again, we just got some new people in here watching. If you have a question for Card Shark Chris, put it in the comments below, and I'll make sure he gets those questions answered for you. So let's go back to your first video. Now, I'm going to show us a clip of your first, I think, card opening video. It's not your first YouTube video because you did some music ones, and then you did the arena football. But here is your first opening of, I believe, your first Patreon package from Dave. So let's watch this. We'll talk about it on the other side.
Hello. Whoa. Gonna lose it there real quick. Nice recovery. All right. Welcome back, Card Sharksters and Card Shark X. We are coming at you with a beautiful live stream this evening. Received a box maybe 10 days ago or so. Hey, Dave. Dave and the ABQ family in the house. Thank you for attending. Thank you so much. We received a box from you fine folks, and I have that bad boy right here, and it is a little bit too big. Kind of fit in the space that I have. But some of it is some breaks that I got into. Some is from the Patreon subscription that I have for the ABQ SCNC wonderful website there. And it looks like possibly a few gifts. And gifts are always nice. So we will get started here. First, I'd like to give a quick shout out to the Cardboard Syndicate members, the CS7, Cardboard Syndicate 7. It's a group of 7 like-minded YouTube content creators.
No, it takes a while for you actually to get to the opening. So I do have to see that, so I couldn't show the whole thing. But after looking about that for about a year ago, tell us what you think about watching that video now.
Holy cow, man. Being prepared is and getting to the product is kind of important. Yeah, keeping some of the videos shorter, keeping them moving is something that I've tried to work on. But yeah, we all start somewhere, and that's the thing is, you just got to jump in, and wherever you land, you're going to plant your seed there, and you're going to grow. So, you just kind of have to do it, and I did it. But I remember that's a long one. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff in that bad boy.
Yep.
So that was fun. Yeah, thanks for that's a nice trip down memory lane.
Yeah,
lane
and
there.
I had to keep the beginning part in where you knocked the camera over or partially
man,
over. That's the best part.
I drop everything, man. If I'm not knocking the camera over, I'm dropping cards or knocking my displays over in the background. It's yeah.
Yeah, I sometimes will knock the camera too, but you knocked it pretty good. It was almost off to the side, that one. And I'm guessing that was before you got your headphones to do your videos, because it sounds like you were in a cave.
Yeah, you know what? That was in our old house, and I was filming in our dining room. And to tell you the truth, there was just like the table and chairs in there. We didn't have any other furniture, and it was right next to the stairwell to go upstairs, so there was really high ceilings. So it was definitely, the sound there was like a cave. There's some nice reverb.
Yep. Talk to us a little bit about some of the best pulls you've pulled on your channel, some of the best cards you've pulled out.
Oh, gee whiz, man. I think really some of my favorite pulls have obviously come from the hot box football boxes. Like you're talking about some of those obscure players people might not know about. But as far as like bangers that I've pulled, I did a Optic 2019 Optic. I think it was on a live stream of a hobby box that I pulled a Tatis rookie and a Tatis rookie prism in, and those were just sold the prism for $414 on eBay, which is a pretty nice chunk of change for that card. I think the regular rookie 2 I sold, and that went well over 100. But as far as like the big nice ones, I was able to get an value packs of Basketball Optic 2019, and in the blue vector parallel section, I had a Zion Williamson.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I believe I have the video of that on my channel somewhere, and that was probably one of the biggest, big granddaddy pull that I've had so far. But I'd like to think that I'm still waiting for my biggest pull. It's still yet to happen,
True. What did you do with the Zion? Did you sell that, or you still have that in your collection? You're waiting?
Man, I had that up for sale within like probably 2 days. I had debated about having it graded, but I was like, now we can sell it. And I sold it. I want to say that card probably 15 minutes online.
Yeah.
I did it at a buy it now instead of an auction. So yeah, went quick.
Yep. And make sure you guys search for Card Shark Chris on YouTube. He needs to get to 100 subscribers, people. He's not at 100 subscribers. He can't even get a custom URL on YouTube, folks. That's why I had to put down here, search for Card Shark Chris on YouTube. So make sure you tell all your friends, if you're a YouTuber, do a video, tell people to go over to Card Shark Chris YouTube page, so we can at least get him to 100 subscribers, folks. It's a shame that he's not at 100 subscribers.
I know. Appreciate that.
No problem, man. Hopefully you can get that to 100, and then you can thank us, right?
There you go.
So lately you've been doing a lot of gaming. I know you've been doing a lot of Road to the Show, I believe. A lot of gaming and stuff. Is that something you're going to incorporate more into your videos, or what's the thinking about that?
Man, like the Road to the Show, I enjoy playing, and I turn it on live just to see if anyone else is out there. Stop in. I think you stopped in one afternoon or so, or evening, that I played. It's just more about, if someone wants to stop in to say hello real quick, more of a social thing. And not that like a ton of people watch them, right? But that's just what that is. And I enjoy actually, watching other people play. Sometimes I'll have it on in the background. Especially creators that I know that I just, help their analytics out, get them some playtime. But, I'm not like a super involved gamer. I like my sports games and stuff. I typically just play the same handful of games. Like, I don't know. I still play 2014 NCAA college football on PlayStation 3 a lot too. So
that's
the only reason I have.
So.
Oh man, I love it. It's the only reason I have a PlayStation 3 is to play that game.
Play that game. And I heard they're coming out with a new one for the new consoles now.
And I hope they do it justice, because let's be frank, the Madden games are a shell of what they used to be.
Yeah.
And that's okay, because the kids like to play it a different way. I understand, but let's hope they do the NCAA football justice.
Let's hope. Now, you are a big Detroit Lions fan. Like I said in the beginning of the video, you're probably the biggest Lions fan I know, but you're also the only Lions fan I know.
Right.
So it makes it a little easier that way. Talk to us a little bit about you've had it took you guys so long to find a quarterback, at least during my lifetime. And you finally found one in Matthew Stafford in 2009, I think they drafted him, maybe 8, one of those years.
2009. Yep.
2009, right. And you had a great run with Matthew Stafford, but his age is starting to get up. They moved him for Jared Goff now. And just talk to me about what do you think the Lions are going to be doing here in the draft, and where do you see the Lions going in the next couple years?
Oh boy. I mean, look, the Detroit Lions kind of been through it all. Where they're going, I don't know. So I've talked to my wife about this earlier, about this question. It's like the hardest question. See, I think MCDC, Motor City Dan Campbell, said it the best. He said, you guys have already heard this stuff before. We got to show it. And that's where I've been as a Lions fan for so long. Went through Steve Mariucci, went through, name the coaches. I mean, we had Wayne Fonts is the winningest coach in Lions history. He's also a Spartan, by the way. Great man, Wayne Fonts. But I'm cautiously optimistic now because the general manager, MCDC are on the same page. They're kind of taking a little bit out of the Quinn playbook while they're bringing a lot of the Rams players over. But I think Brockers is a solid addition to what they had on the defensive line. I hate to see Matthew Stafford go, but I appreciate what the organization did for him by trading him, as opposed to the relationship that they had with Calvin and Barry when they retired. So I think that's kind of a positive. I love the energy of Dan Campbell. I mean, I think the press conferences are going to be great. Will he win games? I don't know. Probably not. Not right away, certainly. But I think we're going to see slowly a better brand of football. And I know we've been through Jim Caldwell, Patricia. I mean, the list goes on and on. So cautiously optimistic. Now, as far as the draft goes, Devontae Smith, I think is a no-brainer because they really don't have anything as far as wide receivers. They just have some plug-in guys right now. I hope that happens. But we'll see. I know that they have a lot of equity as far as the next couple of years in the draft, and I'm really excited to see how they use it. So I wish I could, give better predictions of what I think they would do, because I'm not really sure. But as far as being a fan, I'm cautiously optimistic, and I'll be excited to see how hard they play, every down this coming season. That should be exciting.
Well, my Giants got your Kenny Galladay, so I'm kind of happy about that. I hope he does a little bit better for us than he did for you. But you can have Golden Tate back, though. You can have him. At all.
Golden Tate definitely past his prime, but I'll tell you, Kenny's a great player, and I think Kenny shut it down last year, to tell you the truth, and that's why he had a down year. And I don't blame athletes for any of that stuff, whatever. But yeah, I think he's one of the better young wide receivers. I don't think he's too young necessarily in the league anymore, but right. You definitely have a weapon there. I wish we would have kept him. I understand why they didn't, but the Giants have a heck of a threat now.
Well, I've got my fingers crossed. Danny Dime needs somebody to throw the ball to. So.
That's right.
All right, we're going to do a little new feature that we've never done on the Cardboard Syndicate Spotlight show. We're going to do a little word association. I don't have a cool name for this yet, so I'll have to think of one. But I'm going to give you a name or a thing, and I just want you to tell me the first thing you think of when you think of that individual, okay? We're going to start off easy. We're going to start off with Barry Sanders.
GOAT.
Let's talk about, what about another great line? Herman Moore.
Athletic. I'll tell you, I don't mean to cut you off here, but Herman Moore, in Herman Moore's prime, but you got to understand that Scott Mitchell was also throwing to Brett Perryman. I mean, when Herman Moore was breaking the single season reception records, Brett Perryman on his own team was right on his tail. So Herman Moore was really one of the first in that transition to tall wide receivers that had some speed. But to me, watching Scott Mitchell throw that end zone fade to Herman Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Were they running the run and shoot back then or not? Or are they done at the run and shoot at that point when he came on in 91?
I think they were at the very, very tail end of it, but they did, in that years, I want to say it was like 94, 95, something in there. They were like the fastest show on the greatest show on turf, almost kind of before the greatest show on turf. Cause there was one year they were racking up points like crazy. And I think they got demolished by Philadelphia, I think in the first round of the playoffs, gave up 50 whatever points. But yeah, they had some teams. They just never had the whole complete thing, man.
Right. For you younger folks, if you ever want to watch some great videos, go back and watch the late 80s, early 90s run and shoot offenses with Detroit and the Houston Oilers. Those things,
Oilers.
They didn't win that much, but they was so fun to watch. The Oilers did. The Oilers, made it to some AFC championship games, but those teams were just fun to watch. As a fan, like you loved it. You never saw anything like that before in your life. Yeah,
it was basically like, having something would be considered like the modern day spread, injected to the, the modern day game where the offense is a little bit crazier. And like, before that, the West Coast offense and then the run and shoot. You're right, man. Moose Davis, wasn't that the guy who invented it?
Yeah, Moose Davis. Yeah. It's kind of like, I compare it to having birthday cake for breakfast. You shouldn't have it, but it's so good.
Yes, that's great. I like that, actually. Yeah. That is a good comparison. Fantastic.
All right, let's go to another Lions wide receiver named after a Transformer Megatron, Calvin Johnson. What do you think about Calvin Johnson?
Electrifying,
yeah.
Electrifying, and I would say dominant, too.
Do you see a lot of comparison between him and Herman Moore? Because they were kind of like the same kind of player, I think, in my mind. They were both tall, lanky, and...
Yeah, that's very close. I think that, Calvin Johnson would have come out of like the Russian system of like building wide receivers where he's just like built. You know what I mean? I mean, Calvin Johnson's a physical specimen. And I don't think people appreciated Calvin Johnson's speed in his prime. Like that guy was big and could move.
Definitely. All right, let's talk about Pontiac Silverdome.
Oh, massive. Here's the truth. Never saw a football game at the Pontiac Silverdome. Only concerts, and they're horrible.
What about? Did you make the WrestleMania? That's what I think of the Pontiac Silverdome.
Nope.
Hogan
Dude.
Slamming Andre.
Yeah, no, that's iconic. That is iconic. The Pope being there is iconic. I lived not too far from the Silverdome before we moved to the South up in Troy, Michigan. Really a hop, skip, and a jump, tell you the truth. But yeah, never a game there, just concerts, and it was so loud and it's such a big dome that and the last concert I saw there was Metallica Summer Sanitarium Tour in 2005, maybe 3, 2, something like that. I don't remember.
So that was after the Lions had already left that stadium, right?
Yes, it was. As a matter of fact, it was. And what was cool was my ticket had been in my wallet for a little while, and so it had kind of gotten rubbed off, so you couldn't really tell our seats. So we had to go into the administrative, like Ticketmaster offices inside the Silverdome. So we got to go in under the Silverdome.
Wow! And
they got our tickets straightened out. They wrote us out like paper tickets, and then they took us up this internal elevator, dude. And it had like pictures of Barry Sanders and stuff. I mean, it was really sweet. And like the elevator was kind of shaking because of the concert. It was kind of a neat little side story there.
All right, our next one is Tom Izzo.
Tom Izzo. I love Tom Izzo. I'd have named one of my kids after him if my wife would have let me.
Would it be Tom or would it be Izzo?
It would be both. Tom Izzo Rogers.
There you go.
Yeah, he's man. Just a class act guy that does things the right way. A little bit of a throwback to the old school, but yeah, man, I'd love to meet him. Him and Mark D'Antonio, of course, but yeah, Tom's an institution in the state of Michigan for sure.
Definitely. How about somebody who used to wear that shirt that you're wearing, Cecil Fielder?
Big Cecil. Man, one word.
Well, not power. One word, just a thought.
Power, monster shots. Like Cecil, when Cecil connected, that was violent. Like, I mean, the ball rocketed off of his bat. Yes, Cecil, man, those were great years for the Tigers teams too. I mean, how fun was that when Cecil's hitting 50 and 51?
Yeah, definitely. How about Sparky Anderson? Speaking of a great coach.
I know of Sparky's legend because I was really young in '84, still 5, and he retired, I think, around 90, 91 or so, maybe 92. He was the skipper. I think that's the best way to put it. He was the skipper.
Yep. And we're going to end this with Charles Woodson.
Respect. You know what? I honestly, I don't like Michigan, but I'll tell you this. There is a handful, maybe even more of a handful of Michigan men, whatever they want to call themselves, that I respect. And Charles definitely is one of them. Great athlete, Hall of Famer all the way. Definitely very prideful, but he should be. He actually played at Michigan when they were pretty good, unlike the past couple generations of players that have come through there. So, yeah, I don't mind Woodson. Woodson's a good guy, and so is Tom Brady. I think those are some pretty good guys for being Michigan dudes.
Yeah. All right, we're going to do one more clip here. We're going to talk to you about your most popular video, which is not a card video. It seems like everybody I bring on, their most popular video is not a card video. We had Bud Stoney last month, and his was all about, how to transplant weed. But your video, let's talk a little bit about, So you don't have a weed. You need a weed video. Then you
need a weed video.
You'd have 100 subscribers like overnight.
No doubt.
So, all right. So let's show Chris's most popular video. I think it's got about 158, 100 some views. So let's take a look at this video. Sorry, I was getting into that there. So that was Anvil, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about that video. Where you filmed that at and when and everything.
Yes, man. Anvil is a heavy metal band out of Canada. Started around the same time Metallica and the Big Four did. This was filmed at the Masquerade in Atlanta, Georgia, in the Purgatory Room. They have 3 separate rooms, Purgatory Room, and there was maybe, I don't know, 20 people there or so, and they're a 3-piece, and they just play. They're tight, man, and it's a lot of fun. The guy comes out in the crowd, plays his guitar. I don't know a lot of their songs. I don't know if I even own any of their albums, to tell you the truth. It was a super affordable ticket, and they rocked out. And another cool part about this band Anvil is that they have a documentary that you can watch. I think it's called This Is Anvil, or the Anvil documentary. It talks about the band. It's an award-winning. It's got some awards to it. But I also 3 years ago, driving up to Michigan on 75 in Kentucky, coming up behind a band. I can tell they're a band because they're in like a van with pulling like a U-Haul trailer. And I'll be darned, I look over and it's Anvil in the car next to me. And I'm honking the horn, throwing the horns at them, they wave, and I'm like, I can't believe this. And it's, they're not a popular band, trust me. They're not, but it was a cool night. I filmed that because I thought it was neat that he came down, jammed out, for everybody in the crowd. So, and I love live music, man. I love loud amps in the face. That is like the best feeling.
Yeah, I mean, that video, it's very popular. You got like 158 views. It's not long, it's short. It's only like a 30-second video, but it rocks, Yeah, I've heard of Anvil. I couldn't name a song Anvil did, but I remember Anvil. They remind me of the band Jackal, if you remember Jackal.
Yes, you know what? That would be a very, very fair comparison.
Yes, I saw Jackal open up for Aerosmith. Jackal's famous for taking a chainsaw at their concerts and chainsawing up a wooden stool or something. They usually do that every concert. So, all right, Chris, we are going to get close to where we're going to actually have you open some packs, open up some stuff here on the channel. Before we do that, could you show us a little bit of your setup that you do there on your channel?
Okay. Go ahead and do that. Let me flip this around really quick. I don't know if you guys are able to see it here. Yeah, this is kind of, let me know. this is what I've got going on. It's nothing too. It's just a card table. Got my Masters of the WWE Universe. I got to switch some of those out. I just found some of the brand new ones the other day. A brand new 4 of them. Stephanie McMahon and a couple other. I think Fiend was in there, tell you the truth. I've got my high school. Went to Huron High School in Ann Arbor. We sold those one year for a band booster. Got the Ghostbusters. Love the Ghostbusters franchise. Got my Tiger Stadium. Flea market find. This is from a Hotbox Cards, Briggs Stadium, Detroit, Michigan. It's a postcard. It's one of my favorite things. That's why it's always up there. ABQ, personalized card. We got Big Cecil over here. Hank Greenberg and Barry Sanders. And then a whole bunch of cards I haven't sorted. You can see kind of over here, I've got a lot of my toys lined up. I kind of moved in, never set up all the other stuff, just started kind of collecting.
Yeah, I think every YouTuber has piles of cards everywhere on their desk. I think you have to be like that, if you're
right.
Now, if you're like Jabs or somebody, he's probably a lot more organized than us. But the rest of us, we all have piles of cards everywhere.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is you'll have the piles, but where stuff's at.
Yeah,
like you can have them all. 25 piles, but you're like, man, I can find that one card if I need it.
It's nice though to go back and search and you find stuff that you didn't know. Like, I found a bunch of Max Muncy rookies that I had just laying around. They were Prism draft pick ones, and you never know.
Dude, that's the best because I do that all the time too. I'll just find a pile and I'm like, I have a few eBay listings. I'm like, man, I know there's something in here that I can throw up for $1 that I'll get.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So, all right, Chris, we're going to let you go for a second while you get things set up, and we're going to talk to the folks here and do some trivia questions. All right, everybody, I want to thank you guys for stopping in. We're not done yet, though. We got some trivia questions we're going to do. Card Shark Chris is going to do some openings, going to open up some packs and some couple, I think a hanger box I think he's going to open. But I want to thank you guys for coming on to third episode of the Cardboard Syndicate Spotlight Show. We're going to do some trivia questions here. So first up, it's going to be whoever answers first is going to win this prize. And it is going to be I believe, let me look here, see what we got. But yeah, it's going to be Card Shark Chris going to give out a Topps Heritage high number Luis Robert rookie. So here is your trivia question. First person who answers this will win this card, will win the Topps Heritage high numbers Luis Robert rookie card. Here it is. How many NFC Championship games have the Lions appeared in the Super Bowl era? So we know the Lions have never won a Super Bowl, but how many NFC Championships games have they been in? So put your answers down below in the comment section. So how many NFC Championship games have the Lions appeared in during the Super Bowl era? And I'll tell you, well, I won't tell you anything, so I don't want to give anything away, but how many NFC Championship games have the Lions appeared in? Obviously, since they've never been in a Super Bowl, they've never won an NFC Championship game. But I know Chris has got his fingers crossed, never something crazy could happen. Who knows? So again, we're still, if you guys are a YouTube channel and you're looking to come on and want to be interviewed by me, watch why you wouldn't be, email me at hotboxcardsubscription@gmail.com and or message us on Facebook and tell us you'd like to be on. I would love to have, I'm still looking for a guest for May. So it looks like Rob over RTS is going to be on in June, but so definitely check us out if you would like to be a guest on Cardboard Syndicate Spotlight Show. So far, we got 2 answers. MSC says 0. That is incorrect. Rob at RTS has said 3. That is not correct either. So we're still looking for a correct answer. How many NFC Championship games have the Lions appeared in during the Super Bowl era? Of course, way before the Super Bowl, the Lions, used to win NFL championship games. They were a really good team back, way back in the day, the 40s and 30s. But since the Super Bowl, they have not. Steve England says, "Hey, Matt won." Does anybody else have a guess? We'll give it another 10 seconds. See if anybody else can guess. How many NFC Championship games have the Lions been in? And we will end it right there because Steve England has got the right answer, 1. And I remember that game. They played the Washington Redskins and they lost, and the Redskins went to the Super Bowl. And the poor Detroit Lions never got to the Super Bowl. So, Steve England, you are the winner of the Luis Robert Topps Heritage High Numbers. Make sure you email me or send us a message on Facebook. I'll show you the email address here, hotboxcardsubscription@gmail.com. Steve, send us your address, and we will get that out to you. Now, we have one more trivia question. And this one, now, anybody can win except for Steve. Steve, you can only win once a show. That's my rule. So here's our next trivia question. I think this one will be a little bit easier for you guys, hopefully. So here it comes. Quarterback Drew Stanton was drafted by the Lions in the second round, the 2007 NFL Draft. What college did he play for? So we're looking for the first answer of what college did Drew Stanton, who was drafted by the Lions, what college did he play for? Of course, I know Card Shark Chris would have this like that, so. But tell us, somebody besides Steve England, what college did Drew Stanton play for? Looking for the first correct answer to win. Oh, and I didn't even tell you what you're going to win. This prize will be a BCCG 10 Tim Duncan from 2004-2005 Hoops we are giving away. So the winner of this one will get the Tim Duncan BCCG 10 slab. So we are looking for the first correct answer. Let's see what we got here. MSC is the first one to answer. He says Stanford. Stanford is not correct. Drew Stanton was not that smart to be playing for Stanford. No, I'll tell you right now. RTS Rob says Spartans, and Lauren Rogers says Michigan State also. The correct answer is, of course, Michigan State Spartans. Rob, it looks like you were first on my screen. It looks like about the same time, but Rob's going to win that Spartans or win the Tim Duncan. Congratulations, Rob. We will get that sent out to you. The BCCG 10 on that. Rob is going to win the card there. And of course, it was Michigan State, second round pick for the Lions, and it did not really work out. But 2 years later, it did work out when they drafted Matthew Stafford. So I'm going to see if Card Shark Chris is ready. I think he's ready for his break. See what he does here. Card Shark Chris, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. Tell us what you're going to be opening and get to it, brother.
All right. I have this high number Heritage from 2020 baseball, 3-packs trading cards. I would like to announce really quick, though, for everyone who is on the live stream today, 1 week from today, Friday, I will spin the wheel of names. Make sure you say hi, comment in this video, because you will be put on the giveaway for this Luis Robert high number Heritage rookie card. Let's get it started. I ripped this once on the channel before, and it was absolutely lackluster. Let's hope this is different. Let's give it a go. All right. First up, Omar Narvaez. We got a Zach Wheeler. Erie Adirond, whatever. There's Mookie. Cubs Crusher. There's Bryce Harper now and then. Jake Bowers for Cleveland Indians. Ryan Harper. Luis Guillermo. Man, I'm killing the names today. I apologize, kids. Frankie Montas. Good stuff is in the middle, so we'll save that to last. Pack number 2. What do we have? Howie Kendrick. Kevin Kramer. Alec Wood. Carl Edwards Jr. He's not the NASCAR driver. Bat Flip King. Tim Anderson. Love Tim Anderson. Great player. Tyler Duffy. Tom Eshelman. Rookie card. Jose Martinez. Jeff Mathis. All right. Third and final pack. This is the one with the goodies. And let's hope they are. Give us some mojo. Diddly-doo, 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 diddly-doo. Here we go. This one doesn't want to open. It's going to be so spectacular. Ooh. All right, all right, all right. I'm gonna start this song. Whoops, dropping already. It happens. Yoshi Tsuchigua, my bad. David Price, Steven Strasberg, Brian O'Grady, Nico Horner, rookie performers, Delino DeShields Jr., pretty cool. Brad Miller, Jeremy Jeffers, and Eric Thames. That will round it out. I'm sure one of the cards in here was a short print on that last pack. Yep, 611, 610. So Brian O'Grady. It's our short print. Woohoo.
Or it would have been great for St. Patrick's Day if I didn't have my thing on mute. All right, Chris, I want to thank you for being on. It's been fun. I know you were nervous before we started. Hopefully you had a good time on the Cardboard Syndicate Spotlight show. I appreciate you. And hopefully, if you have anything last to say to your fans, hopefully we can get you up to 100 subscribers pretty soon.
Yeah, that would be great. No, I appreciate everybody who watches the videos, comments, likes, or anyone who's just interacted really on other people's channels too. That's the cool thing as well. It doesn't have to be just on one person's channel. We have a great community here. And I really appreciate you, Matt. I think you do a great job, especially with these interviews, man. Setting it up, putting it all together. You do a fantastic job. And also with the Hotbox cards, man. I'm really proud to support your business. You've always been really good to me, taking care of me. And again, I don't get no sweethearts. He doesn't give me nothing for free. He yells at me when I don't post the video. That is absolutely correct. He absolutely does that. But everything else, I think he wants to see everybody open their boxes. And like I like to tell people in my videos, like communicate with Matt. Tell him what teams you like. If your favorite player is Derek Jeter, we got to kind of be realistic. Tell him what your favorite team is, and he curates these boxes. I'm not getting little nuggets of Sparty goodness for no reason, folks.
That is true. That is true. Well, nobody else wants them too, so that's
right.
That's pretty easy.
Right.
All right, Chris, I want to thank you for being on the show. Hopefully we'll get you up to 100 subscribers, and maybe you'll do a big giveaway once you hit that 100 subscriber mark.
Heck yeah.
Great. So I want to thank all you guys out there for watching. This has been episode 3 of the Cardboard Syndicate Spotlight show, and hopefully we'll be doing this every month. And I'm still looking for another person to be on the show for May. It looks like June. Rob over at RTS is going to be on. But I got some feelers out for some people possibly being on our May episode. So make sure you like the Cardboard Syndicate Spotlight Facebook page. Then we have a YouTube page for it too, but we don't really do too much on there right now. We just upload this video on. But again, and also make sure you check out our subscriber, which is near and dear to my heart, which is hotboxcards.net. And use the promo code Syndicate to get not 3, but 4 hits. And for May, we're going to be doing Prospecting May, so get your gold nuggets out, and I don't know how you come up with gold nugget. I never get a gold nugget, but we're going to be doing Prospecting May, so make sure you check out the website for that. I will catch you guys all later. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Tell your friends, tell your families, tell anybody you know about the Cardboard Syndicate Spotlight show. Have a great night, guys, and be safe.